Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be getting ready for church. This is a look that you can do for a modest event or something like church if you go. Follow along if you want to see what I would do. To start, I'm going to be prepping my face with the Glow Recipe Serum. I already did my initial skincare of vitamin C this morning, followed by a milky toner and sunscreen. All right. Now that that's all smoothed on, I'm just going to let it sit down a little bit so it gets a bit tacky. Next, I'm going to be using my DIOR-Forever foundation. I use the shade 2.5N. I love this one because I can use it quickly. It applies very evenly. And I just put a little bit on my forehead and cheeks. To blend it out, I'm just going to be using a foundation brush. Look at that, like 5 swipes and one side is already all blended in. Maybe you remember this from one of my previous videos, but I don't really like to blend it up to my hairline because I like to let the contour do that part. Next, I am going to be going in with the DIOR-Forever contour stick in the shade 1. Since my last video, I did try out another one. I tried out the shade Biscuit from Westman Atelier. Those who know, I do love that brand. However, for the contour, I just noticed that the formulation was a little bit tough to blend out. I'm going to be using this brush from Alomar Cosmetics to blend it out. And I just love how creamy that is. Like, look at it, blends out so well. Yet still giving definition, which is exactly what I want. I'm going to be using Westman Atelier concealer. This is the shade L4. I really do love a brightening concealer product. So I'm just going to put it in these locations. Blend it out. I'm going to be using my tried and true Hourglass concealer brush. And I just really, when I'm blending this out, I try to keep it right under my eye. Maybe I go out a little bit, but I don't want to bring it up and onto my cheek at all. That is not the goal of this. But I will, whatever's left over, lightly bring it up to my eyelid, just to even out the skin tone there. I go lightly down the nose, just blending it out, making sure my skin tone is even. Now that my nose is all blended in, I am going to go back to my contour stick and define my nose. I really like to do 2 lines down the nose and then circle out my tip. Kind of just like that. Sometimes I will draw it out with this brush, and I'm actually going to use this brush now just to kind of blend in that contour. Like I said, this product is just so creamy and forgiving that it just does an awesome job of blending out. Quickly, I'm going to go back in with my foundation brush just to blend out any rough lines, just like that. So just a little bit of definition, you don't need a lot. Next, I'll be adding in a cream blush. This is one from Westman Atelier. I love this shade. It is Petal. You can find this in the mini section at Sephora. I think at most Nordstroms they carry Westman Atelier as well. Right now, I'm just warming up the product on the back of my hand. I love it because it's a very cool medium pink tone. And I'm just going to be using the stippling butt brush to pat it in on the high parts of my cheekbone. Just for a little wash of color. That's all we're really looking for today. I'm just going to add a little bit more. Just do the same thing. I may even bring it up just a little bit onto my eyelid, like so. And then just whatever is left, I'm going to pinch my brush and put it on the tip of my nose where I drew the top of the circle from my nose contour. Now, this is a new product. I've tried it once before. It's the Makeup by Mario setting powder in the shade 1 Fair Pink. I'm going to be using this today to set my T-zone. I did try it before in a TikTok video. Let me know if you saw it. I tried it to freshen up makeup. This is my first time using it to set my makeup from, the initial application. So I'm super excited. It honestly looks like it would be so drying. So I'm excited to see how it wears throughout the day. I'm just gonna set my eyelids as well. And then, like I said, this is a lighter makeup look, so we're not adding too much powder. I do, however, need to blend in this contour on the bottom. Forgot about that. Now with this brush, I'm just going to be blending out any harsh lines. I'm going to be using this Hourglass-Ambient lighting in the shade Medium palette. This is a well-loved palette. One of the pans actually pop up when I use it, but it still works, and I haven't actually hit pan in any of them. I've had this for probably almost 2 years now. I love it. I'm just going to put it just right below my blush, up on my forehead, just kind of using it to set all of the places that I initially put the contour. There we go. Next, I'm going to be using this mini from Laura Mercier. It's a blush in the shade Rose. I thought this would be a beautiful color to set my blush with for the day. And this is just a brush that I got from Sephora. It's the Pro Blush number 93. And again, I'm just lightly going over where I had the cream blush from earlier. I'm going to do the same trick where I tap it off and just put it along the top part of the contour of my nose. This is a bigger brush, so I'm actually going to go back in with my concealer brush and brush it downward because I do want the blush focused right here. Next, I'm going to quickly fill in my eyebrows. This is a product I've used before on camera. It is from Kosas. It is their Brow Nano. I use the shade, I think, medium brown. And again, we're not doing anything too extreme. We're really just smoothing out the edges of what we already have. None of this makeup is to create new, but just to enhance what's already there. This was a product that was recommended to me. It's from e.l.f. Cosmetics. It's kind of like that one product, Refly, their eyebrow product. I'm just going to put this in. I'm just going to rub it back and forth before I brush it kind of upwards at an angle. And I'm going to use the other side, the fine tooth comb part, to push those up and into place. Now I'm going to be going in with this Laura Mercier Caviar Stick. This is in the shade Modern Rose, and I'm just going to do a couple of quick swipes back and forth on each of my eyelids, just keeping it on the top lid below the crease. Just going to lightly blend that out. These products are great because they really don't need a lot of blending. Next, we're going to be going in with this Makeup Forever pencil stick. This is the shade 14C. I'm just going to follow that up with this one from ColourPop. It's the shade Group Chat. This is a more brown shade, and I'm just going to use this to define just really the outer part. like so. Now I'm just going to use a little bit of mascara. This is one from Lash Princess. You can pick it up at Ulta. Really great deal. I'm using the shade Brown Black, and this is the False Lash Effect. I really do need to invest in a good eyelash curler. I have no idea where mine went. And I think it would make putting on mascara a little more enjoyable and a quicker experience overall. Just gonna put a little bit on the bottom lashes, just in the outer corner or outer edge, like so. Just tiny, tiny bit. That part is so fast. Now I'm just going to grab my Niacinamide palette, and I'm just going to use a little bit of the shade Sculpted, the liquidy one, to go in and make just a little bit of a wing. I like to wait until after I have mascara on, so that way to do this mini wing, it follows with the direction of my eyelashes, and honestly it's just there more to enhance than to stand alone as a wing on its own. And now to finish it up, I'm going to add in my YSL gloss. This, I'm not really sure what shade this is, but it has this color on the outside, and that is the shade. I like it. This is like a really creamy light pink. It's very soft pink. Very natural, very demure. But anyway, so that, and then I'm just going to top it off with the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Setting Spray. Just to melt it all in. But there you go. There's a light makeup look ready for church or any modest event. Let me know if you've tried this and comment below what you want to see next. We'll see you next time, and don't forget to subscribe.